ladies and gentlemen, and we're back with another episode of Kitchen Table Conversations. I just made that up, but we're back for that. I want to talk about compassion today. What is it, and kind of how it inspires me. Certainly not perfect, and want to get better in my interactions with patients and get better with compassion. But here's what I understand compassion. So compassion actually means suffering. That's part of the root word. Compassion, to suffer with, when kind of people suffer together. When I think of compassion, the definition that inspired me, there's two parts to it. One, compassion involves a person's ability to understand the suffering and pain of another. So being able to actually see things from another's perspective and understand kind of at a deeper level how it affects them, how it makes them feel, how they might feel hopeless or powerless, or want to get better, to change but not know how they ended up in this situation, certainly just wanting to be free from pain and all of this stuff. So the first part of it is to really be able to appreciate and see, to understand another person's suffering. But the second part of it is to have the desire and the ability to take away that suffering and pain. And I think they're both inspiring. I think about, there's so many people, so many things that need help in the world. And the way that you develop skills and the ability to actually help people is through education and training and medical school and residency and all of these things. And so to truly arrive at a place where you're able to be compassionate, where you have the heart to be able to kind of slow down, to listen to somebody, to let them tell you their story and where they're at, and then also to have the ability to do something about that, the desire to, I think it's more than just a desire. I think you actually have to have some real abilities. That's a very powerful thing. I mean, we think about compassion. I think about it a lot kind of traditionally with those suffering or the weak, but to be the compassionate person is incredibly empowering. I'm not gonna lie, it feels really good. I mean, think about times that you've helped people, that you have kind of seen the situation someone's in and appreciated that and wanted to be able to take their pain away or to help them in whatever way that they're struggling, and then you've actually been able to do that, to deliver on that. It's an incredible feeling. It's very empowering. So I think true compassion can be a very powerful trait, and I certainly, when I think about it being in the ER, what prevents me, what barriers are there for me to being compassionate? It's so busy, always being challenged to see more people and see them faster, and there's always people in the waiting room, and so to kind of take these moments to allow someone to talk and to truly kind of not just, I've got this pain, it's been here for this long, but to kind of tell a little more of the story, get a sense of who they are, how it affects them in their life. Kind of slow down a little bit like that, and then to help where I can. A lot of it is challenging too with, addiction and drug abuse, and in the ER I can take anybody's pain away, but God, I'd hate to, just take one problem away and give them another one of addiction to pills and opiates, and so I struggle with that. I think about that and balancing that, what's really the right thing to do and the best thing for somebody in those cases of, what's the best way to truly be compassionate like that? And I think it's a good conversation, and there you go. So, and then the kind of the final thing that it leaves me with is, how can I continue to get better, to get more skills, to get better at what I do in the ER so I can help more people, and then to kind of grow and to learn other ways, whether it's other psychology and cognitive behavioral therapy or other modalities, or learning more about nutrition and lifting weights and all these things, that the more of those skills and abilities I amass, the more kind of power I have to truly be compassionate. I think that is a very worthwhile undertaking for people to, young people, I would say, who have, what do you want to do in the world? What can you do? I don't know. What am I going to do for work? The two questions would be, where are people hurting? Like, where are their problems, and what can you do for them? How can you help them solve their problems? This is like a basic thing of business, but it's also the same. It's the same thing with compassion. So there you go. There's my reflections on compassion. I hope you enjoyed that at these kitchen table conversations. Great name. Great name. I'll see you next time. Take care of yourself.